If one animal was made the size of a blue whale, which would be the scariest?
Like a chicken?
Like a chicken.
Or an anteater, probably.
Yeah. You know those, when you look at it like a big rock, and there's all those little red dots on it?
Okay.
Like crawling around, the little insects.
little,
they're
like, fire ants?
literally like a dot of red.
Like a fire
They're called,
ant?
no, they're called,
I can look a red dot insect.
I don't know. I know what they're called. I just can't remember. It's like
I know, but I don't.
clover mite. That's what it is. These guys. Look at that.
Ooh.
And they're like, I'm gonna try and, yeah. See here, you can. That's what it actually looks like, right? They're like really small. They look like one little dot.
Okay, I see.
They're like a lot smaller than that. Just imagine if that thing. Look at that buff boy. Was the size of a blue whale.
Yeah, that would be kind of creepy.
That would
Yeah,
be-
can you
that would
imagine
freak me
if
out. And
like
whenever you-
spiders
If
or
you
like ants?
squish them, they're just like a big smear of blood. Alright, here we go. Welcome to the Nois Bois show. My name is Trevor.
I'm Austin.
And what are we talking about today?
Today, we're going to talk about everyone's favorite activity, driving.
Oh yeah, we're super qualified to talk about driving, having driven for a whole 4 years of our life.
Stories, experiences,
5 years maybe.
whatnot. Yeah, I think I've been driving for. No, I would say closer to 4 now because I didn't get my license until junior
same.
year.
That's true.
Not. Yeah, so I think most people would get their license when they either turn 16 or like soon after.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't even get mine until I could like actually have a car to drive. So I didn't get mine until almost like a year.
Because there was also a rule where like you had to be 16 and have had your permit for like 9 months or something.
Yeah, I didn't get mine until almost a year after I turned 16.
Yeah, same. Actually.
I was closer to 17.
I think that was also true for me. I don't think it was a year after, but it was like a whole summer and a half. Like, I didn't get mine until, like, my birthday's in April, and I didn't get mine until, like, September. Just because I kept putting it off. Like, what?
I just hit him in the face.
He's okay.
I'm so sorry. Why?
There's a
when
dog
did he turn?
under our table.
I just moved my foot and I felt something.
Oh. Not just a random dog, it's my dog.
And it's just a straw. I mean, there's no collar, so you don't know.
That's true. He's naked.
Does a collar count as clothes?
I don't know.
Can a human walk around with just a collar on?
It's about as much clothes. It counts as much as like Donald Duck and Squidward wearing just a shirt. Right?
Yeah, but look.
It doesn't count.
No.
It doesn't cover what matters. But we still.
If you can get demonetized on
it's still
YouTube for it.
acceptable. You don't get Donald Duck doesn't get demonetized.
I mean, like if a human were to like wear that outfit,
Yeah.
you would
It's a
probably
whole
get
term.
demonetized on
It's
YouTube.
called Donald Duck in it. You know? Or
Are you ducking down to protect your private parts from the camera?
No. You're just not wearing only a shirt.
And a hat. Don't forget about the hat.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's necessary for the
Back on topic.
Anyways, yeah. So I didn't get my license until September because I kept putting it off. Right, I didn't really like driving very much. I still don't really like driving very much, but like, I don't know. It just stressed me out.
Like that.
You know?
I never understood it.
They're giant metal death machines. You just drive around at high speeds and potentially cause either harm, death, or a lot of financial damage to you and others.
Well, I haven't been into an accident. I have, however, had 3 flat tires.
Oh my god!
2 of them
what?
came within the past 3 days.
Oh,
So my first
good.
one.
Is that why we're doing this?
Yes,
Okay.
that's what prompted me to want to talk about this.
Okay.
So
Let's hear it.
the first one, it was a football game like at our high school. I don't remember. I think we were still in high school because I don't think I was like coming back home.
3 days ago.
No, this was the first one.
Okay.
The second.
Oh right.
The first this and
Chronological order here. I see.
yeah. and it was like dark, okay, and I'm driving, and I pull off of a road to like get onto the road that our high school's on, and I hear like a giant pop. I was like, okay, I don't know what the hell that was, but that sounded kind of scary. And I pull into the parking lot. Like I said, it's dark and there's a bunch of cars around, and I just hear this like hissing noise in like the back left. So my first thought is like, okay,
there's a snake.
No, my thought is, oh shit, that's where the gas tank is.
Oh my god.
So I was like I don't know things. I don't know stuff about cars. Like I can change a tire.
Your first instinct was it was gonna explode.
I was like, what is going on? Like because I heard a pop, and then I never I never had a flat tire, so I've never had an experience where like I hear something puncture the wheel and just hear like a just loud noise. So the first thing I do is I call my dad and like to tell him what happened because I feel like at least my parents should know what's going on. And also I'm like, what the fuck? Like I'm freaking out purely because of the fact that it's coming from the back left of the car, which is because all I'm thinking is like my car's gonna blow up. It's gonna like I'm in the middle of the fucking parking lot of high school and people are just gonna see.
It's just gonna start a chain reaction.
Yeah, I was like, oh god, what have I done?
Played too much
GTA. I was like, should I move my car? What if it blows up while I'm in the car? I'm like, oh god. So, in the end, I ended up seeing that my hubcap was almost touching the ground. I was like, oh, thank God. It's only a flat tire. So
thank God I blew my tire. I
think my dad told me to go to the game and just take care of it later, something like that. So when I come back, keep in mind, at this point, I had never changed a tire by myself before. So I had some friends that
I've never changed a tire at all before. I've never changed a tire at all.
I changed it once with my dad because he wanted to show me.
Okay.
And then
I've seen it changed.
Okay.
But I've never done it.
So what happened is, I don't know the technical terms for everything.
No, that's fine.
I know there's the jack, and I believe it's called the
as lug. Usual, we're going to be talking completely out of our ass.
I believe it's called the lug wrench. Whatever.
A lug is like a nut.
Yeah, and it's the wrench that you use to get it off.
Yeah.
But you can also use it to it's got like a flat end at the other side that you can like pry the hubcap off with.
Of course.
Are you looking up what these things are?
Nope. Definitely not. Don't worry, keep going. I know exactly what they are off the top of my head.
And then there's a thing that you use with the jack that it's like to help you get, I think it's called a mechanical advantage to raise what? To help you get a mechanical advantage to raise the jack. I don't know what it's called. It's like got a hook on one end that you hook into the jack, and then you can just like spin it, and it'll push the jack up.
Yeah.
So I think we had the jack and the thing that goes with it, but you couldn't find the lug nut wrench thing, whatever it is. So I don't know. So in my car. It was like it's a sedan, so it's got like, I don't know if it's considered a false floor, but it's got like underneath the carpeted thing there's like cardboard something. I don't know how to describe it. You lift it up.
Is it like weatherproofing stuff?
I don't fucking know.
Okay.
But you lift it up and the spare tire's there.
Oh yeah.
So we lift it up, we take the spare tire out.
Yeah, I've got that in my
And now, for the thing that goes with the jack and the jack itself, for whatever reason, they weren't in their place. They were like in the trunk itself. So those were just easy to find. Mm-hmm. And we take this false floor thing. Well, I'm just going to call it that from now on. We take it out and we put it up against the car. I don't know why.
Maybe it's like a trunk bed.
Sure. I don't. It doesn't matter. Right, people know what I'm talking about, I hope. And we spend, I think, an hour trying to find this fucking thing, and we have no clue where it is. It's attached to the bottom side of this thing that we took out and put against my car.
Wow. That's crazy.
So yeah, it was.
What was there like? Is it like slid?
It's like, got like
a band or something. How did it stay in there?
Like no, so I don't know how to describe it.
Or did it just have like kind of like a mold shape in it?
Not like a mold shape, but it's got like little like metal things.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I my hand motions and then just kind of like
you
pops
got like claws.
It's like you push it in and it's like flexes and then it snaps. That's what the wrench and the thing that goes with the jack. That's what they both have. They both have places to go for. Yeah. But for whatever reason, the thing with the jack was just in my trunk.
Yeah.
And the jack itself It might have been in its spot. I don't believe it was, but because whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So we ended up getting it. I think my dad came. I don't know if he changed it himself or what, but ended up getting changed, went home, whatever. My next flat tire came recently. My sister and I were going to the bank on our way home from somewhere, and I pulled in, and once again I hear this like pop, and
when was this?
This was Saturday.
Okay, so and, like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hear this like pop, and my first thought is, "Fuck, here we go again." And then so I pull in the parking lot, and as I'm driving to find a spot to park, I hear like this rumbling, and I feel the car kind of not having great traction and control, and I was like, God damn it, not again.
Yeah.
So sure enough, this tire is like,
was it the same tire?
No, this was because that was back in high school. This was years ago.
I know. I mean, I was just wondering if it was like the same. Was it like also the front right tire like last time?
No, no. This one was the front right. Last one was back left.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure. Maybe there was maybe your car was like off balance or something.
No.
Maybe that causes it.
Well, my wheels aren't aligned properly.
Oh.
If I let go of the wheel, I will start drifting to the left. So.
Okay. Yeah. That's.
But anyways, so basically, I called my dad just because there were like some small things I didn't know what to do. Like this time, couldn't find the wrench again. It wasn't in its spot. It was underneath the driver's seat car, under a bunch of crap. Keep in mind, I share this car with my sister, and I would like to believe that most of the mess in that car is not from me.
Yeah.
So. And I think the only hint I had to look at under this place was because my dad said it has a flat end on one side, and I saw this like it looked like a tube, or I guess a circle going into a flat end, and I thought, well, that looks like it. Pick it up, and sure enough, there it is. Don't know why it wasn't in the trunk, but
wait, did she use it since you guys last fixed the tire? How did it get there?
I don't know.
Because you didn't put it there.
I don't know. I don't know. Dude.
Was she using it for something?
I don't know. I don't know. But maybe for whatever reason, it was there, and I found it. I needed to ask my dad some questions. Like I didn't know taking the hubcap off, like if I'm just supposed to yank it, or if there's something I need to like twist or whatever. Yeah. My dad basically said you put the flat end in and you pop it off, and I was like, cool. So I did that. And then I think.
Hey, you can never be too careful. You don't want to damage your car.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't want to.
No shame in calling.
I didn't want to do something wrong. And then I think I didn't know exactly if there was a spot to put the jack underneath. And he said there's like a little nub because like the jack has like a slot in it, and he says that's where the nub goes. So I was like, found the nub, put it in. I think pretty much from there I was fine. Changed everything else myself.
Nice.
Yeah. My mom was like, I'm impressed. I was like, what do you mean? Because she was like, apparently she had never had to change a tire by herself. And I was like, well, I've learned from my mistakes from last time. Yeah. So, yeah, it was. And then I put the spare on, and like when it went down, keep in mind, this was like, it was like not upper 90s. It was, I'm going to say it was in the 90s.
Like today.
Yeah. 92. I was sweating through my shirt, and it was not fun. And so like I put the spare on, and I lower the jack, and I look at it, and I'm like, okay, that doesn't look 100% right, because it looked like the spare was kind of it looked like the spare was partially flat itself, and I was like, okay, fuck it, at this point I don't care.
I feel like that's probably pretty common.
Yeah, well, because I didn't know that, because this is where it comes into the next thing, where the yesterday we go and try to keep in mind, because we made it home fine. Then we were gonna go to like get new tires, or get the tires replaced. So don't take it somewhere, they do that for you. And as we're driving there,
tires rotated.
Is that what?
I think that's what it is.
Fuck if I know. So we take it there, or we're on our way there, and then like this thing, it starts like, the same thing happens. I'm like, cool, no, this is flat. So, like, I think AAA came because, like, neither my mom or I knew this, but I guess spare tires just don't come inflated all the way.
Yeah.
So he said he jacked it up and then put air in it, and he said pressure from the air, or because what happens is because they're not filled all the way, is that there's usually a leak between the rim and the tire. So he just filled it up with air, and he said basically the pressure should hold it there, especially since we only had to drive like half a mile.
That's cool.
So we just drove there, and then that was fine. So
how did it get a hole in between the rim and the wheel?
Dude, I don't understand. I'm just telling you, I'm just the messenger.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's fucking spare tires, man. Just
maybe you like bounced a little hard and like the.
Well, no, because the thing is that, like I said, when I put it on, I looked at it and I was like, this looks like it's like partially flat already.
Yeah.
So, but at that point, I was like so hot and just done. I was upset that it happened because I was just like, I was just upset at the fact that I got a flat tire and because I was the one that was driving. And honestly, at that, I just all I wanted to do was go home and shower at that point. So that's what I did, and yeah, that's how I got 3 flat tires.
Fun.
I don't know if the third one counts as a flat tire, like it's flat, but like it wasn't punctured. It was just like, hey, we lost our air.
That's what a flat tire is. It's a tire that's low on air to the point where like it's dangerous to drive on it. My family has a Bonneville from 1998, and over the past 3 or 4 years, we've had every kind of problem you could possibly have with it. But cars are expensive.
What?
We just finished paying it, so like, I'm sure that's not true. I'm sure it's been paid off for a long time. But the point is, like, we don't want to get a new car, so we've been like trying to fix it here and there in cheap ways because it's from 1998. It's not really worth much anymore. But just recently, like, the power steering broke. Like, my mom was driving it home from work and the power steering stopped working. There was like a belt in the engine that came off, and power steering is what allows you to turn the wheel. So she was like only a couple minutes away from home, and so she was just like with all her might like trying to turn the wheel to get home, and I think it must have taken her like 15 minutes to get home, like 2 minutes away or something, just because like it's so dangerous. And now it's completely stuck, parked in front of our driveway.
Oh.
So I think someone is coming to tow it today, actually. So that's good timing, I guess, for us recording this.
Throw an F in the chat.
F in the chat. Phase up in the chat.
Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe if you hate when you have car problems.
I think that's the first time I've ever asked people to like and subscribe.
No, we did it at the end of the one video.
Oh yeah,
shouting
with Trevor K. We did that one too.
No, that was here. Or well, okay.
Oh yeah,
I just remember I just remember the one here where we
punching
were
in the face,
yeah, smacking her hand. Yeah. Anyway, comment F in the chat for Trevor's car.
Mm-hmm. The only comment will be Tom, and it'll be a letter that's not the letter.
Yeah,
F, something.
He's gonna.
Except now that I've said it, he'll actually comment F. God. But now that I've said that, he won't. And now it's up to him completely because I've gotten.
Tom, comment the Declaration of Independence.
I've broken the fourth wall so much that now he has his own free will.
Follow Ozmandunn on Twitter or
on Twitter,
YouTube. Subscribe to God. I'm so bad at this promotion thing.
Yeah.
Subscribe to Ozmandunn on YouTube is what I meant to say. He comments on every
before
video.
We go back to the driving topic, we should talk about
our today's sponsor.
Today's sponsor, Crave cereal.
First thing you
saw.
It's
underrated cereal, dude. Honest, have you ever had Crave cereal?
No.
You want to try some?
I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I stick to like Frosted Mini
You might crave
Wheats.
it. You might say, that's the whole point of the name. Okay. Goodbye. Bye. Okay. They haven't sponsored us, obviously. We get like 4 views on each of these podcasts. And honestly, I don't think Crave can afford to spend any extra money on marketing. I don't think they're doing too well. I haven't seen a Crave commercial in a long time. I mean, it helps that I don't watch TV.
Oh, speaking of commercials, I saw this YouTube video. It was a compilation of Gorilla Glue commercials, and it cuts during because like I guess every time that someone says something and then the gorilla appears and they look and then they scream and it just cuts off like partway through the scream, and you just put a compilation of a bunch of those together. It's such a stuff.
There was a Subway commercial. Did you hear about this Subway commercial? This is also going to date the video, but they released a commercial where basically it was like 2 minutes long. I don't know where this commercial airs or who would slot this.
2-minute commercial.
But I'm sure there's like a shortened version of it. But basically, it starts out with this kid, like a little kid, like a toddler, right? And it's showing like different scenes.
And the priest comes up.
It's showing like different scenes from his life, all these like different things that happen, right? Like there's like. But like
he's always eating Subway.
There's like
something.
A scene where he's in a forest, and there's like a scene where he's like doing some stuff. I don't know, just all kinds of different things. Like there's like a scene where he's like spying on his sister as she's like changing out of her clothes. I don't know why they bothered to include that.
What?
This is real. There's like a scene where he like shaves his head. I think he joins like some kind of like
cult?
Yeah. And like anyways, things work out, he's fine. And then 2 minutes in, we still have no idea what this commercial is about. And then
there's no indication to it being Subway?
No. And then there's like a narrator for the first time, and she's like, life is about figuring out what you're gonna try next, or something along those lines. And then the kid walks into Subway.
What?
What? Your whole life has led up to you having a very subpar sandwich. Basically,
what?
You perved on your older sister. You joined the alt-right, and now you're getting a Subway sandwich, all because of every decision you made up to this point. Life is an adventure, dude. You gotta make choices. You gotta try new things, including Subway. Eat fresh.
Sponsored by Subway.
Sponsored by Subway and Crave. No, I'm not sponsored. I hate Subway. I can't stand Subway.
I don't mind it.
Jimmy John's, if you're out there, fuck Subway, right? I'm here. Pay me.
Jersey Mike's, if you're out there.
Fuck Jimmy John's. Jersey Mike's, come on. Who's going to be at the top of the chain here?
I don't know. I like Jersey Mike's the most.
I'm a big fan of Firehouse Subs myself. Mm. So, I don't even... Is it a chain? It might just be one...
You know what firefighters have to do a lot of?
Make Subway sandwiches?
Driving.
Driving, yes.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Just got so
it might just be an Illinois thing, actually. There's 3.
Oh no, that one I know where we're from.
We've
made that joke.
There's 7 locations in Illinois. Dude, have you ever been to Firehouse Subs though? No. It's so good. Their meatball sub, killer.
Dude,
Subway's meatball sub, barely a meatball sub.
Okay. Dude, I get turkey.
only mad.
I get turkey, provolone, lettuce, and mayo everywhere I go.
I don't care where it is. Because I have like 4 Subway gift cards from people giving me gift cards.
I'll take them.
No, well, I'll trade, but I'll
take it.
I don't like Subway, and all these people keep giving me Subway gift cards for some reason. Like it's just the first one on the freaking. You walk into CVS, Walgreens, like, bam, Subway gift card. Look at how yellow that is. That jumps out to me. I'm going to give this to Trevor.
And he's
famous for his love of sandwiches. Oh my god. Yeah, trade me. I'll even double your value. If you give me a $10 gift card for like,
bro, I have like a Chick-fil-A gift card that's like
or
$3 on it.
Or you can just Venmo me like $20 and I'll give you $40 worth of Subway credit. Okay. Bam.
All right. Can we shake on that?
We can shake on it. Yeah.
All right. I'll shake on the double, right. the double value.
I just don't want them. Oh my god.
That was like Ryan. There was like a whole summer where all he just kept saying, "Can I pay you in GameStop gift cards?"
Exactly.
Because he had like $60 worth of GameStop gift cards, and he didn't need them. Dude, he just gives me like his extra gift cards that he doesn't need.
The thing is, like I've gathered these gift cards over like 10 years and I just don't really use them. Like I don't go out really. Like I don't know. I mean, like gaming stuff, I just buy stuff on Steam or online on Xbox. Like food, I don't resort to eating at Subway ever. Like I can't think of maybe like 8th grade was the last time I went to Subway.
I don't mind it that much.
Not that bad. It's not that good.
Really?
No. I'm not a fan.
That's like how Luke feels about Jersey Mike's. Like he just hates it. I was like, I don't.
Which Subway place or sub sandwich place is the one where like they're funding like poachers or whatever? Is that Jimmy John's?
Oh, dude, I don't know.
We got Subway, the pedophile stuff, and also they make their bread out of yoga mats or something. Which I think was actually a crap story, but whatever. Is Jimmy John's... we're very off topic here.
I tried to bring it back earlier, and you just shut me down.
Did I?
Yeah, I said, you know what firefighters do a lot of? And you're like, what? And I said, driving.
Oh!
I was trying to bring it back.
I didn't even understand. I didn't get that was starting to be a Subway. What's the word?
Driving?
No.
The topic?
Segway, not
Segway.
No.
Oh, you called it a Subway.
Let's Subway back into driving.
Oh.
So, anyways, tell me your favorite story from learning how to drive. And you'd had driver's ed, right?
No.
I mean, yeah.
Well, okay. First off,
you did obviously. Yeah. Everyone has it, but
not everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, some places you just. I think that
you
come
can
of
just
age.
Okay.
I don't know if Indiana's like that. I know we have to take it here in Illinois. Just another reason to not live here. Don't live here. FYI.
Hey, our gas tax just doubled.
Yeah, their tax.
That's cool. It went up like 20 cents. God.
So, okay. Quick thing from driver's ed. Luke and I took it at the same place. And there was this guy there named Ed, and Luke loved him. He thought he was funny with Luke's shitty sense of humor. Mm-hmm. I fucking hate the guy. He was so boring. He was a dick.
Was this in school or did you do it outside?
No, we did it at
Top
driver.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like fuck this guy. He's so annoying. I think I took my first driver's test, and he failed me because we were at a red light, and they had the green arrows going. Okay, mm-hmm. And I was turning right, and I stopped. But he also stopped with his brakes.
Oh yeah.
Even though I was in the process of I was stopping or whatever.
It's so unnerving too when someone has like control over it.
Yeah, but the point is that because he stopped, I failed because I would have ran a red light. I'm sorry, I'm just hand motion. I'm sure that was like really I was like, dude, are you fucking like I stopped too. Like I did it. You just also did it. Congrats. We have the same thoughts.
Just making sure. I guess I don't know. I was glad that my driving instructor had that extra brake because I played too much Mario Kart Double Dash on the GameCube.
Did you play 150cc?
Yeah, of course.
Dude, that's the only one I played.
But no, the point is, when I first so there were two main things that I was bad at when I first started driving. One was I didn't know you only use one foot. Right, when I first started driving, I did it with 2 feet, and the guy was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What?" Like I didn't know, right? Because I never paid attention.
Someone
to that.
in our class, I won't name who they were, but someone in our class did that, and everyone that I talked to about it.
I mean, I don't think I ever drove like that, but like the first time I got in the car, I like put my feet there to drive like that. Because I think I don't know, maybe I'd watch someone do manual or stick shift. I don't know. Anyways, the other issue was that GameCube, right? You know the GameCube, the controller, the buttons?
Yeah.
In Mario Kart, to boost, or to have press down on the gas to go is the A button, right? And the brake is the B button. And the A button is like 3 times as big as the B button.
Are you talking about because the brake is wider?
Yeah. So I thought the brake was the gas.
Okay, wait. To be fair,
was the brake.
To be fair, the gas is also on the right and the brake is on the left with A and B.
Oh well, yeah, that is true. But the size thing confused.
Okay.
And I mean, like obviously, it didn't confuse me while I was driving. I mean, I guess there might have been a couple times where I like accidentally hit the wrong one.
Sometimes
briefly, but like, yeah, I mean, just realizing that at first was confusing, and I blame Mario Kart Double Dash. It's all their fault.
Is that your story? Is that Mario Kart Double Dash?
Mario Kart Double Dash ruined my
childhood
initial driving experience.
I have Lachlan and I don't know if I probably haven't talked about him before. He's one of my other friends.
He's not part of the Nois Bois.
No, he's not. But
although he is from the Nois.
Yeah,
and he is a boys.
he also made a
Don't
joke.
roll your eyes at me.
No, I
This
wasn't.
is
I
an
wasn't.
odd-
No,
okay.
I wasn't rolling. I was just. I looked down and I looked up really quickly.
Yeah. It's called rolling your eyes.
He actually was the one that started that noise. I don't know how to describe this without sounding really odd or without just making the noise, but it's something that I know Tom does a lot.
Oh, the
yeah, that
Yeah.
he was the one that started that, and then I did it.
What
and
is that? Is it like a gaming thing? Were you guys just like
Okay,
making
it's
fun
just-
of?
It's just like whenever you.
It's like a brain fart.
Yeah, essentially, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Or just when you're like you do something dumb or
Yeah.
you act dumb, you just went or like
It's like
he would do something dumb and I'd be like, why did you do that? And you just go, duh.
It's a really exaggerated duh. Like duh, of course.
I don't know what it was.
Duh.
I mean, I never asked him his thought process on it,
Yeah.
but he just made the noise and then
It's just a funny noise.
Yeah, now Ryan and I brought it into the world of the Nois Bois. Yeah. Speaking of Lachlan, we would also do this thing. I don't know why we do it. He started it and then I did it too,
Mhm.
where he would, when we go to a stop sign, because most cars, at least I'm aware of, you can go from drive to neutral without pushing the button in. So if you're in the passenger seat, you just knock your hand forward a bit and put the car into neutral. And he'd do that anytime, not every time, but when I come to a stop sign,
Ugh.
I'd come to a full stop and like we'd have music blasting, so I wouldn't hear the little I wouldn't hear
click,
it. Yeah. And then now I'm revving my engine at a stop sign where I'm supposed to go first, and I just look like a fucking dick.
That's so dangerous. Don't do that. Oh my god. Jeez.
Dumb kids. You know?
What's he up to now? Is he in the military or something?
Yeah, he's in Australia right now.
Australia?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah,
Is he part of the Australian military?
No, he's just overseas. I don't know. I think he's
Just
still in
stationed
training. I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
I talk to him every now and then, but
Really? Nice.
yeah, I mean, well, I don't think he's in boot camp anymore because he can actually is able to have his phone.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming because he posts things like in normal clothes that he's allowed to go off base or whatever. So, but yeah, Lachlan ruined my driving experience.
Nice.
Just like Mario Kart.
Just like
ruined
Mario
yours.
Kart ruined mine. Wow. You're just really making me sound extra lame here.
All right.
Jeez.
Moving on.
Wait, no, I have one more
Oh.
story about driver's ed. before I
Backing
move
it
away.
up. Beep. You're good. You're good. You're good.
All right. I just wanted to talk about driver's ed before we move away from
Like
driver's
Ed from Top Driver.
Yeah, Ed and Eddie. Driver's Eddie. So the driving instructors, we had 2 driving instructors.
Oh,
at
did you
school.
take it at our
At
school?
school, yeah.
Oh, fuck
And
that.
it was funny. I just thought it was funny that we had 2 driving instructors. One of them was really tall and skinny, and the other one was
the
really
other
short
guy, yeah.
and round, and they were like the perfect foils for each other. If they were like characters in a book, like they'd be like
It's like Larry the tomato
the cable
and
guy.
No.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No.
Larry, from VeggieTales.
Yeah.
Larry,
Who's the?
the tomato and the cucumber?
Is it? I want to call him a pickle.
And maybe he's the pickle. I don't
No.
know.
No, wait. Is it Larry the cucumber and Bob the tomato?
I don't know. I watched maybe
No.
one episode of VeggieTales my
Dude, I
entire
watched
life,
a
and
lot
I'm
of
pretty sure that was like
VeggieTales. Hold on.
after
Larry,
like religious
the,
education or something.
Larry the cable guy, lobster and cucumber.
Okay, Larry the cucumber.
Larry the cucumber, and then I think it's Bob,
Bob
the
tomato.
tomato. Oh, speaking of tomatoes, okay, I had this thought recently because I was watching a Gordon Ramsay video. So we say
Was it the 10 million subscriber one?
Yeah. So I was watching, and I thought, we say tomato.
Mhm.
Do you think like in the UK they say tomato?
Oh, really? Like the saying?
Yeah.
Tomato, same thing?
Yeah. Like, do you think they say
I don't know.
tomato?
I would imagine.
Do you think they say it at all? Is it like I don't know? I just thought about that because the whole point is that we
I don't know.
say our proper pronunciation.
That's a
first.
good question. You know what else, like, mind fucked me the other day?
What?
So this whole Hong Kong thing, right? The whole issue, like the protests and
Mhm.
everything. The person who was in charge of the bill said that she was suspending the bill indefinitely.
Oh, I saw that. This is what I was trying to look up that I couldn't find. Was this
Yeah.
the wait? Just keep talking.
Were you the
I
one
think
who told me this?
I believe Just keep talking, because I think I was trying to find the comment that was talking about this, but
the
I couldn't.
Definition of indefinite.
Oh no, I told you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you that. But then there was something I was trying to find about the bill and the wording of it, and I couldn't find someone's comment was clarifying things that were being misunderstood in the translation, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but no, I was the one that told you about what indefinite
right. You were
means.
the one who told me. That blew my mind. Yeah. I can't, that's so skeezy.
Skeezy?
Yeah,
Is that a word?
It's misleading.
Yeah.
Because I would assume the general population...
Bro, have you ever heard of Ghost Ninja on YouTube? You want to talk about misleading.
Don't know who that is.
It's Fortnite.
Oh, okay. Anyways. So I had the whole
many people.
Was I had the short round guy, and he always had a whole bag of Jolly Ranchers, and whenever we finished driving...
Wait. How is this tying back into the indefinite thing?
I was tying onto your thing about the other thing that you said that I've already forgotten. Anyways, I got a Jolly Rancher every time we finished driving. It was good. Okay, we can move away from driver's ed.
Did the bad man give you candy?
He was a good man. He talked about pizza and driving.
By the way, yeah, it was Bob the Tomato Larry.
I don't remember his name.
He was throwing coach, right?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. Anyways, so back to
was he the shot put and the other guy was the discus?
Bro,
coach?
I just fucking if I know. Anyways, so back to the very first thing on my list. So something I find very interesting is the way people approach the limit line, depending on where you are.
The white line, by a stop sign or a street light.
Yeah. Did you know that was called that's...
I haven't heard it called a limit line.
Okay,
before,
that's what my dad always told me it was called. So that's what I've always called it. So in Illinois, people, that limit line just not there. They just don't see it.
Yeah, it's true.
People completely ignore it. Uh-huh. But when we were in California, people are deathly afraid of this thing. Really? I don't know if they are taught. It's almost like they're taught that they have to see the limit line. Like in Illinois,
that is what it is. You're supposed to be able to see it.
We're taught you have to stop behind it.
Yeah, the front of your car is supposed to be behind it.
Yeah, but that can be blocked by the front of your car. But
I guess
in California, these people are half to a full car length back. It was just mind blowing for me to see because I was like, dude, if someone was like that, someone else would just go. Someone would just be like, fuck you, I'm just gonna go right in front of you.
Yeah.
It was just really odd to see that. And then
it's weird.
Recently, my mom and sister went to the College World Series and they drove. I think it's in Omaha every year, and they said in Nebraska where they were, they didn't see any limit lines anywhere.
Really?
Yeah, it was just.
They don't have the budget to paint the road.
Well, I don't know.
Interesting. It's one of those things where it's the same as when you make a left turn onto a 2-lane road and you go to the outer lane instead of the inner one. It's technically you're not supposed to do that. Yeah,
people do it.
But people do it all the time because it's not enforced, right?
Yeah, it's like
you would never get pulled over for that.
Yeah.
Unless it was a 2-lane left turn. And you were in the inside lane, and then you went to the outside lane.
Okay.
That would be bad. Okay.
But... I have a story about that, and then I want to go back to what you were saying. Okay. So, when Bailey and Jess were here, there is a street we were coming back from, and I had never turned left on this street. I'd always gone. It was, 75th. Mm-hmm. You know where it kind of branches off of 34.
Yep.
I've never gone left from 75th on to 34. I've always just come back on 34 if I'm going that way. And I didn't realize, I don't know how, I didn't realize there were 2 left-hand turn lanes. And as I was turning, I started veering into the other lane because I was just like, oh, whatever. And then there was I didn't hit anybody, thank God, because the other person was paying more attention than I was. But yeah, I was just completely I didn't even know. I was wow.
You're the type of person that terrifies me. If there's a left turn, a 2-lane left turn, I always go in the inside lane if I can.
Oh no, dude.
Because I don't like that. I like being in control, basically.
Okay.
Because there's the person on the outside lane isn't going to go to the inside one. That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what I'd like to do.
You probably should go to the
one thing I've noticed,
or whichever way you need to turn in the future.
I guess. Well, I Whatever, it doesn't matter. What I've noticed a lot of is that when there's two left-hand turn lanes, the people on the outside will, like, if there's those dashed lines, follow the dashed lines. But people on the inside will just kind of cut the corner, like, closer. Like, they won't.
Oh, yeah.
They won't keep the right side of the car.
Because they want to stay even farther away from the guy on the outside.
But I found that interesting. I didn't even think about that until recently.
It's a good thing that people do it.
Yeah, but I was just like, because it looks. Imagine if people did that with, like, lanes. Where they just, like, were like, well, fuck that lane. I don't want to stay over there. And they just veered into another lane. Okay, wait, back to what you were saying. Okay, about the, like, turning left into, like, the right lane or whatever. How it's not really enforced. Like, something else that's not really enforced is people that go slightly over the speed limit. Like, I pretty much will always go, like, minimum 5 over. Like, you're not going to get pulled over for that. And if you do, no judge is going to be like, yeah, we're gonna.
They've got the evidence. You just said it. It's online.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Dude, like if you're going 5 over, a judge is gonna be like, "This is a waste of time. Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, I won't. I don't. I think I'll usually try to never go more than 5 over. Like I usually go between the speed limit and 5, and that's like the cap. If it's like on the highway, I'll go a bit faster.
I'm not talking about the highway.
If it's like a faster road, but like if it's like 30.
I go the speed limit on the highway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Me too.
I go 65 miles per hour on 280.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say now?
You were talking about speed limits and people going slow or something.
Oh. So it's like one thing I don't understand is people that are like in the fast lane, especially on highways. Like you should not be getting passed by people if you're in the fast lane.
Well, you mean you move over?
Yeah, but I'm saying there are some people that don't understand that that's the fast lane and they'll just drive slowly.
Yeah, basically what I do is I always stay in the left lane because
I'm usually going faster than most people.
Well, not even that. It's not really even that. It's because the middle lane makes me nervous having cars on both sides of me. And the left lane also makes me nervous because there's people getting on and there's people getting off and there's all kinds of other stuff going on. Sometimes that lane just goes away. The right lane, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
The exit lane.
Yeah.
The left lane, all I have to worry about is one side of me has cars.
And there's usually a shoulder too.
And a shoulder, which has some room. I guess I could pull over even if I wanted to. But then, whenever someone's coming up, I just move over and then move back. I think a lot of people don't like that because the left lane is technically the passing lane or whatever. I don't think that's an actual thing. I think that's just like a
or at least that's not how it's treated here. I believe in other countries, it's more
really okay. It's enforced.
That's what I was told by Frau about Germany.
Frau was our German teacher.
Yeah,
Frau just means woman in German,
but everyone just called her Frau.
That's what she goes by.
That's just kind of
it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's kind of like if everyone just called a teacher like Mrs.
Yeah.
But that's just what we called her.
Yeah.
Because there were no other German teachers, but I don't know. Anyways, moving on.
She was a good teacher.
Yeah.
It's hard ass class.
Actually, I have a story. When I was in Germany.
Oh yeah, you were in Germany.
Yeah.
You went on a trip to Europe.
Europa.
That was like a year and a half ago.
Actually, it was almost. It's been barely over a year. I think it was. Okay. Around late June is when we went last summer. And man, the Autobahn, cars are zooming on that thing.
I thought they go slower.
No, that's the one with no speed limits.
Right, and I thought that was the whole point.
Okay, well, most cars aren't zooming.
Well, yeah.
But we were going like probably like 90 miles an hour, and there are cars zipping past us.
Oh my god!
I was mind blown by how fast some of these people were going.
I thought that was the whole point, though. Like, I thought that was like the comparison between America and Germany. Like the highway, specifically the Autobahn. There's no speed limit, so people don't go as fast usually because they're not like
I'm not saying that everybody was going
there were a lot of people
going
pretty fast.
There were people flying past us. I was just surprised at
I'm sure
how
it
much
wasn't
faster.
as crowded though as
no there weren't nearly as many cars.
How many lanes is it?
Honestly, I don't remember. I was too focused on looking at the scenery.
Was it like 5? Was it 2?
It was wide.
It was wide. Okay.
I'm gonna say at least 3, most likely 4 on our side. And then when we were in Italy, I thought, dude, Italians must be really bad drivers because they have like these pocket shoulders like every quarter mile for you to pull over that if you need it. Like I don't understand why you need so many of those. Like you might as well just have a shoulder at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought it was kind of funny that they just had so many like emergency stop areas is what they call them.
Is that like the ones for trucks?
No, like these are not very long. Like I don't even think it would go from I don't know how to describe it to people listening, but that wall to like this pole right here, like it wasn't even that long.
I'd say that's roughly 30 feet.
It may have been that long, but they were like every quarter mile. It was such a
because I know I've seen the truck emergency stops where like it's like when in an area where it's like hilly.
Oh yeah,
I was going to talk about that too. And there's like these runoff lanes where they kind of go uphill a little bit to stop.
I think it's supposed to be filled with gravel
because they can't brake enough.
Yeah, my dad told me because he grew up in California.
That's crazy.
So
I would be
in Illinois we don't have hills to have a kind of an issue with. But.
Like my little black Chevy Cruze is enough to stress me out while I'm driving. I would not want to drive a truck ever. That's bottom of the list of jobs I'd ever have, probably. Garbage truck is one level worse than that, I think, because then you're also a garbage man.
What else I was gonna say? Oh, I thought it was crazy at like how tightly packed these cars were parked in Italy, and also so like smart cars will park sideways sometimes just because it'll take up like I don't know if it's just easier to park that way. Yeah. But I just thought it was really cool to see smart cars just like parked sideways in between like 2 normal cars just on the side of the road.
Yeah, that's cool.
Dude, I keep hitting your head. I'm so sorry. He's not even reacting.
He's fine. When we first got Biscuit, my dog, maybe like a week or 2 after we got him, Noah, my brother, was playing Fruit Ninja on the Xbox Connect.
Oh no.
This was like 5 years ago. The Xbox Connect. And he was getting a little too into it. And he like jumped or something and then fell onto poor little Biscuit, who was like 10 pounds. And Biscuit made this horrible sound like really high pitched and like scared. And like it really pulled at my heartstrings, man. It made me so sad. And he was okay. He walked it off. But yeah, nowadays he doesn't care. He like bumps his head on like doors and he's silly. He's a silly boy.
So, Subway, back to the...
that's oh god, that's gonna be a thing now, isn't it? It was an understandable... It wasn't like a confused segue with, like, bicycle. What's the word for the thing? The bicycle segue, that's it. Yeah.
Anyways, so I think I remember talking to some tour guide while we were there. And I was asking him about... like all the traffic and whatnot, because I was like, cars are so close, because like here it's like you don't want anything happening to your car. Like people don't like want. Do
you want stuff happening to your car?
No, I'm just saying like apparently it's very common for cars there to just have little dings and bumps on them all the time. But like he said, big type of car accidents like T-bone and whatnot doesn't happen as often because speed you can't drive as fast. Or there's just not enough space for you to even hit someone that hard.
Do they not like let's say I bumped the back of someone's car? Like
I didn't ask about insurance stuff.
Would they get out?
I don't know, but he just said it's very common for people to have little dings and whatnot.
Because I could see like giving someone a little ding in the U.S. and just being like, it's not really a big deal and letting it slide, I guess. But like, you would still get out and talk to the person and be like, well, should we share insurance or whatever? Like, interesting.
Yeah, I just found also I think it was Austria. I don't know if I've talked about this before to any of you guys, but it's like the lights, it goes like red, yellow, green. Yep. And then it just goes from red to green.
Yep.
So there, from what I noticed, is it went red, yellow, green, and then it's solid, like it's staying on red, and then before it goes to green, it has the red and yellow flashing, or not flashing, just showing at the same time. Like, warning, it's about to turn green, and then it turns green.
People start like it's the start of a race.
Yeah,
that's weird. I don't think that's necessary.
But
I feel like that encourages bad behavior. Although maybe it also encourages people not to run red lights because people like hit the gas so quickly.
Yeah, what I've noticed a lot of people do is the left arrow will go on, and the people that are going straight like move forward as if like anticipating the green light, and then half the time it's like your arrow goes away, and then they get the green light and the green arrow, and then you're just sitting there, and they're all coming by, and you're like, man, you really gunned that there, didn't you?
I hate when I am just pulling into the left turn lane and the sensors haven't recognized I'm there right as it's turning green. And so the other people across from me get the green arrow and I don't.
Are you talking about when there's nobody like across from you still?
No, like let's say there's like.
Oh, you're saying it doesn't give two green arrows.
Yeah, it gives a green arrow on their side and then a straight also on their side, and I'm just stuck there. And I hate that.
Yeah, that's sad.
I know. Big sad.
I think I have another story to go into.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. Okay. Well, I have a couple more stories I can talk about. One of them's pretty short. It was back in high school. We were going to Steak and Shake. And
low tier food.
I remember Sean was in my car because I almost got into an accident.
Sean.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember I was turning left. And I don't entirely remember what the other guy on the other side was doing, but basically he was either like indicating to me in some way that I was safe to turn left. And as I'm turning left, he like changed his mind, and I was like, "Fuck!" Then I gunned it past, and all I remember is Sean telling me, he was like, "Yeah, that was not your fault," and I was like, "Okay," because I was kind of scared as to what was gonna happen.
The scariest thing that's ever happened to me driving, and it definitely was my fault. It was late at night. I was tired.
I was drunk.
And I was not drunk. I've never drank. I'm not planning on it.
Pop the Molly.
Not that
either.
Mix. Yeah. Anyways,
Heroin,
so we have the
cocaine.
street by our house where it's, like there's a right lane and like the right side people go straight, the left side people come the other way, and then there's a median in the middle, right? So, I was turning.
You're entirely talking.
Eola.
Okay,
I was
that's
turning
what I thought.
out of the street by your area where you live, like turning right to head back to my house.
Shiloh.
And I, instead of turning right onto the lane I was supposed to be on, I turned right past the median toward oncoming traffic. And I didn't realize until I saw another person go down the other lane honking at me. And I was like, oh my God, and I did the fastest 3-point turn that's ever been done in history.
Dude. Oh my God. That's scary.
I like, my heart was beating out of my chest.
Oh,
luckily, the road is only like 35 miles an hour, and it was late at night, so there's only like one other car on that road.
Yeah.
But still scared the hell out of me.
Dude,
I was regardless, I was not tired after that. I was wide awake. I'm wide awake. It was in the dark. 5th grade is a mess. Anyways, yeah.
Okay, I have another story. So this was recently. I was waiting to turn left. Okay, I'm gonna try and describe this. So, 4-way intersection.
Yep.
Was
it stoplights?
Yes.
Stop signs?
Stoplights.
Okay.
I think I'm entirely in the left-hand turn lane. I don't know because it was like.
Is it like left turn, straight, right turn, left turn, or straight?
Left lane was left turn, right lane was straight right.
Okay.
And so I'm in and this was by the Speedway.
Yep. I know.
Okay. So there's a guy that's like, people will try and turn left out of there. And you can just, even though there's a double solid line, people try to turn left into there too. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So I see this guy trying to turn left in front of me. So I was like, I look at my rear view mirror. I don't see anybody behind me. There were like cars in the other lane, but I was like, fine, whatever. I'll just back up a bit. So start backing up. And then the guy that's like trying to turn like honks his horn. I stop. I look. There's a guy behind me trying to turn into the left-hand turn lane.
God.
I was like, okay, first off, the guy behind me was going out of the exit.
It's a nice thing that guy honked at you, though.
Yeah, but I was okay. My biggest issue was just the fact that there are two cars trying to go like this, like almost crossing, and they're on opposite sides, or they're at both ends of my car. And the guy behind me was going out of the left side of that like entrance exit area.
Yep.
So, like he should not be leaving out of that side, because that's, like I said, that's the entrance.
Yep.
And then the guy in front of me should not be turning left there, because there's a double solid line cutting across two lanes. Or yeah. I guess at that point it becomes two lanes with the left-hand turn lane of traffic, and then there's also the oncoming traffic. And then after that, I finally turn left, and there's like a car with like a boat attached to the back of it. So we're going like 15.
What is up with that? We're in the middle of Illinois. There's
I don't know. Are they taking it to Chicago or something?
I guess. Like, I feel like I've seen more cars with boats attached to them at that speedway than anywhere else. I don't know why.
Should take data.
Yeah.
Data. I don't know. So we're going like 15 under, and it's a 2-lane road, and it says multiple times no passing, and I couldn't pass if I wanted to. And he finally gets into like a left-hand turn lane. Oh, thank God! As he gets out of the way, semi right in front of him. I was like, oh God damn.
You know what I hate? I hate when you're sitting in traffic, right? And it's not moving.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Fine. I mean, that's kind of sucks, but I get it. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. You know what doesn't fix the problem?
Honking.
It doesn't do shit. I don't know if you're aware. There's 50 cars in front of you, also not moving. You're going, dumbass. What do you think you're going to accomplish? You're only pissing yourself and everyone else off. Oh my God. And they have like this little bitchy fucking horn too. It's like meep, meep. Like the most obnoxious. Oh, I went to Chicago the other day, and we were leaving, and that's exactly what it was for like 30 minutes. It was just these two cars back and forth, just meep, 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 meep. Constantly.
Dude, people used to do that when we were leaving school. I just remember our freshman year, because like I would leave after school and like go outside for like football practice.
Yep.
And they would be like the cool guys would just be honking at each other. Yeah. I'm like, man, you guys are cool. I wish I could be like you, sitting in my car annoying the hell out of literally everybody else. Man, wouldn't it be great if you guys would just shut the fuck up and stop honking your horn? No one wants to hear that. No, it's just like,
you could do other fun activities like rock, paper, scissors,
or just play music.
That's what Trevor K and I do sometimes. Like, we used to do that whenever we left work at the same time. We would because there's like a stoplight, right? We get to the stoplight and we'd go. He'd put his arm out like this.
He does that a lot.
Straight out.
I've noticed he likes
straight out
to do
with
that.
his fist, and he'll wait.
I've done that with him too. Yeah. When we've been both caravanning somewhere, and we're at like a stop sign. And I look in my side mirror and I just see, and I see his hand pops out.
And sticks straight out.
I'm like, all right, we're doing this.
I love that he doesn't like do the most. He just waits.
Yeah, he just goes there and then waits for your hand to come out.
Yep.
All right, and another story. So this was, I don't know when. It was either junior or senior year, because I was driving to school. So. I was driving to a band concert, and it was kind of like dark outside. Mm-hmm. It was like
when
nighttime.
Was this?
Sometime it was junior or senior year.
Okay. Because
I was driving myself, and now I didn't entirely know. It's like sometimes when the fog, like you get, or like I don't know how to describe it. Like your windshield gets kind of foggy or whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's like a temperature difference.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do.
You didn't have like a fan for the window?
No. So I think I turned my heat on, and I had this little pocket at the bottom. Yeah. I was like, I'm not sticking my head out the window. So that was how I was seeing
I've
driving. I was like, this is unsafe, but it's better than stopping right here.
Right.
Oh, speaking of unsafe but not stopping, when I drove to see Brianna in May.
Okay.
There was
so roughly 3 months ago, maybe 4.
It was like
at this point.
I don't know, it was May 9th, something like that, somewhere around there.
I'm just because this will be up in a long time.
Oh, right, yeah. So I was driving in the most intense rain I've ever been in, like while driving in my life. I legit could not see more than probably 15 feet in front of me.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you could see out your windshield though. Because there's been points where I haven't.
I could see the taillights of the car in front of me. That was about it.
Yeah.
And I remember telling my family about it, and my sister said something like, well, why didn't you pull over? I was like, bro, everyone's going like 80 miles an hour.
Where were you driving this fast?
Dude, people go fast on the highway, okay?
Yeah.
Like, I think I was on 280. Like, it's safer for me to drive than it is for me to stop. Because if someone veers off slightly going that fast, like, bam, like, it hits my car, like, that's not going to go over well.
Yeah, you just got to slow down and hope that people understand that you're going to.
Well, the only thing I could do was, I always think it's safer to drive with traffic.
Well, it is, yeah.
So that's basically what I did, and just tried to not veer off or anything. But yeah, I had my windshield wipers like on going rapid, like as fast as it could, and it wasn't doing much.
Yeah,
that was.
Was it like nighttime as well?
No, but it was kind of it was just cloudy and rainy.
Yeah.
I also, on that same trip on the way there, at one point I saw clouds coming up above, and rain started to come down, and then all of a sudden, like, it just stopped, and I look in front of me, and the ground in front of me is dry. I was like, I was out driving the storm. It was cool. I'd never been in a situation like that where I was like, this is kind of cool.
Me neither.
Where it's just like I'm driving and there's kind of rain and whatnot, and then nothing.
Wow.
Because I thought that was interesting. Because
was it like keeping up with you somewhat?
No,
did you lose it immediately?
I got out of it and never got back into it. But I thought it was interesting. I was like, huh, I've never like been in a position where like me and a storm are going the same way, and I have the ability to drive fast enough and long enough without needing to stop or anything. Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Cool.
Do you have any stories you want to tell? Because I could keep going.
Let's see. I could tell one. There was one time I was driving to school. I commute. My freshman year of college, I went to community college. I guess I'm doing that right now for summer school, but that's different. I commute every day. It's a half hour away there and back, and there's a point where 2 lanes become 1 lane, right? Mm-hmm. And this is where bad stuff happens every time because people are idiots. It's right. There's like an exit from a highway that comes right at that point, and that also happens to be the point where it merges. Oh. So people just who aren't there every day don't know because the sign doesn't really give you much warning. And so there's been 2 things that happened, right? One was that there were 2 people next to each other, and neither of them wanted to speed up or slow down for some reason. So for a good amount of time, they're just driving side by side in the same lane. Like, using part of the other lane. Like, definitely we're going to get hit if one of them didn't, like,
why didn't the guy on
I don't know. Maybe both
over?
Of them just had, like, an ego. They were like, this is my spot.
Bro, you like, don't have an ego when you're driving.
You can't, yeah, that's so dumb. The other thing actually isn't really related to the lane change. It's just in the same area. We were driving. It's like a 45-mile-per-hour road. We were going like maybe 35 because all the traffic was lined up. And then an ambulance came by on the other side. And it's like a curve, right? So you can't... Let's drop my phone. You can't really see the ambulance coming for a while.
Wait, was there a median or no?
No.
Oh, okay. So
it's
everyone's
one lane going one way, one lane going the other. Right?
Oh,
so everyone stopped and pulled over. Oh. And the guy in front of me just like slammed on the brakes instantly. Like we were like back to back, and he just went, like hit the brakes instantly. I had to like swerve off the road because I would have definitely hit him. Like, oh my god! Like the other lane is clear. You're not. It's not gonna hit you. Why are you slamming on your brakes when we're back to back traffic? This is not the point of an ambulance. The point is you're not supposed to cause more damage. It drove me crazy. Ruined my whole day.
Your entire day?
Yeah, it almost damaged my car. And he would have been like, oh, you rear-ended me. It's all your fault.
You weren't following at a safe distance.
No, I wasn't. You're right, because the other guy was right behind me.
No one's following at a safe distance.
No, I was trapped. I usually have, like, so much distance between me and the guy in front of me. Like, I'm never right behind someone.
I don't think my mom will, like, break. I want to say break at the last second, but she'll wait until, in my mind, I'm like, this is uncomfortable. Like, when you like, get into a stoplight or something? Yeah, like, or when you're pulling up behind someone. Like, the way my mom, or the way my dad describes it is that my mom wants to see what's in their trunk.
Yeah.
I'm like, she gets so close. I'm like,
whenever other people are driving, I just try to not pay attention to how they're driving. I just, like, try to look to the side or on my phone or something, because it just bothers me not, like...
Oh, when you're in the passenger?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about when you're driving. I was like, what do you mean look at your phone?
When other people are driving, because, like, I'm like, you should be slowing down now. Like, are you gonna stop? Have you seen the car that's right in front of you?
Yeah, I had a situation like that where I was driving with some guy and I kept saying, like, I think it's twice, I was like, there's a stop sign.
Yeah.
Because, like, I was just like, dude, this guy.
And then you just feel like an asshole, because you're like, I know they saw the stop sign. It's right in front of them. They obviously saw it, but, like... there's just a little bit of you that's like, we're gonna die right now. This is it? Because we're gonna go past the limit line, and that's death instantly.
Yeah, if you don't stop behind the limit line, just bam.
At least in California, it is.
Yeah, but apparently, like, those people are scared of that thing.
Tripwires or something.
In Nebraska, they're like, what's a limit line?
Yeah.
Never heard of it before.
Yeah, in there they just got a coin flip. Sometimes you blow up, sometimes you don't. You have no control over it.
You guess where the limit line is.
Yeah, that's how they keep it so empty and not populated in Nebraska.
What is there to do in Nebraska?
Drive around, I guess. I think they have good.
Nebraska's
chicken,
even less
maybe?
eventful than here.
They're like
chicken.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like all those like sort of southern states have good food. That's about it.
Dude.
And by sort of southern, I mean like Tennessee, Kentucky.
Speaking of, like...
They're not really
okay,
southern.
wait, hold on. Like, do people, like, live in Montana? Like, does Montana actually exist?
I don't know.
Like,
it's a big state. What's in there? Hills?
Nothing.
Do they have mountains in Montana?
It's probably where the government keeps their stuff.
Oh.
And things.
Their stuff and things, yes.
All right, I have a few other things I can talk about.
All right.
So my dad's like display on his dash, like, it's a digital little, like, so when songs are playing or whatnot, you're supposed to see, like, it'll run through
the
whatever.
Name and the
yeah.
artist.
Guess what?
What?
Toyota thought of this brilliant design that when you're driving, the display doesn't change. So if you're trying to find out what a song is that's playing and you just want to, like, look down real quick, see what it is or whatever, no, you can't do that, because if it's stuck on, like, the radio station name, it's not going to move until you come to a complete stop.
Nice.
But the thing that it doesn't even change if there's a passenger in the car. Like, yeah, it still doesn't work. Yeah. Like, I was just like, this is so dumb.
That is weird.
I was like, what's the point? Oh, I thought that was a dumb design.
Yeah, so basically you've just got a large speaker.
Yeah. I mean, it still is the radio, but it's just like,
yeah.
Basically, you have this. You just have a light. You just have a light on your.
Why bother putting in the display?
Yeah, it was just
you can't
like
use it.
It was just like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was kind of dumb.
Like, I'm not being ignorant to the fact that 20 years ago cars didn't have displays.
Yeah, but it's like, what's the point of putting it there?
What's the point of having it?
Yeah.
It probably cost you extra. Like, there's probably that same model of car without the display that was $100 less or something.
Oh, also, setting up Bluetooth on my dad's car is a pain. Because, as far as I'm aware, you have to use voice commands to do it. Like, there's no way to just be like, press a button to pair. Like, you have to press the button and say pair, and, like, it's just such a complicated process.
Sorry, I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, like, it's so dumb.
Yep.
This isn't really has to do with driving, but I just was in the car when this happened, where I was like a kid, and my dad was driving. I was in the passenger seat, and there was like a thunderstorm, and there was like this noise that sounded. You ever watch like Star Wars?
Yeah.
Do you know what like Boba Fett's guns sound like?
Yeah.
Like that noise. We heard like some loud noise like that, and we both were. I don't know if he remembers it, but I know at the time we were talking like what the hell like that, because we both thought it sounded like that.
Yeah.
It was one of the weirdest things I've ever heard in a thunderstorm, where it sounded like his gun. It was kind of crazy to hear that. I have no idea how it happened or whatnot. Another story I have. I don't think you were there. I think Trevor K was there. I think his brother.
Lightning?
Yes, the
Yeah.
This was
I was
scary.
waiting for this story.
This was scary. I didn't even have this one put down. But we were driving home from somewhere. I think we were helping Ethan with something.
Ethan is Trevor K's brother.
Yeah.
We talked about him on Trevor K's episode.
Or no. Trevor K was helping us with. I think he was helping us with our Breaking Social Norms project.
Oh yeah.
I think that's
so that
what
was a sociology final project.
Because Ethan and I were in the same class for
Yeah.
that, so we decided to work together, and then Trevor K helped us.
That's right.
He
Trevor
recorded
K was
stuff.
Riding around in a wheelchair because his ankle was broken.
Yeah.
Chasing you guys with the camera.
So
I might be able to link to that. Can I link to that? Is that on YouTube?
Yes, that's on my personal channel.
Link in the description.
Do you want me? I'd rather just send the video to you.
Okay. Do you want me to show like a clip of it? Or something?
Sure.
All right, here it comes. You guys ready? Enjoy. Dude, he moving around at the speed of sound. Go. And we're back.
So
what do you think of that, huh? Pretty good,
so
right? Funny stuff.
We were just driving home from trying to do something. We didn't end up getting anything done because we couldn't find the right place to do it. And there's like a storm around us, and we're just sitting at a stoplight, and just bam, like lightning strikes on the in the curb right next to us. I freaked. I was like, holy shit! I've never seen lightning like I was. I'd never seen lightning that up close. I don't know if it was. I don't think I would get hurt if I was in a car. I think it would just go around me.
It's
but
grounded.
I was just freaked out because I was like, "Oh my god! I've never seen lightning that close before." It was just kind of freaky to see.
Yeah. And it was probably really loud, right? And wasn't there a tree that was on fire? Wasn't that a thing?
No, I don't think.
I remember
but
that.
there were power lines right next to us too. I don't know. I couldn't see up that because it was on the right. So
you were focusing on trying not to die.
Trevor K would have seen something.
Yeah.
Okay, I think my last interesting story
I have. Final story of the episode. Then we'll
is
wrap
when
it up.
Zach and I, were driving back from Indiana, and all of a sudden Zach's like, I can't accelerate. I was like, what?
Oh yeah.
He's like, yeah, I can't accelerate anymore. I was like, oh, interesting. So he just pulled over. I don't know what happened exactly. I don't think he ever asked afterwards, but
did he got it fixed though? Or did it just start working?
No, we had to get the car towed because his mom had to come and pick us up.
Oh.
And then, yeah, it was an interesting process.
And where were you? You were on the way home from something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just strange. And I think that car had problems because after that, he was like, I'm not dealing with this. I don't know if they sold it or what. But
yeah.
He got another car. But yeah, it was just kind of because also his phone was dead. Mm-hmm. My phone was on 30-something%.
That's plenty.
Yeah, but it was just oh, great. This is going swell.
If we die in 30%, it's the end. No hope.
Well, thank God he could call everyone and whatnot and got things fixed. Yeah. But yeah, it was just kind of what? I mean, we were both calm about it, but it was just I'd never been in a situation where like I had car problems.
Yeah, where you were
on the side of a highway.
You were like not really in a place where you knew where you were.
Yeah.
You were too far away.
Mm-hmm.
You were like on the way home from another state or something, right?
I mean, I guess we were close enough to where his mom knew where we were, but like it was just a road that I don't really ever take.
Yeah.
Ever. So, yeah, I don't know. I remember it was kind of we were going downhill, or right before we were going downhill is when he said it, so we at least could like move out like a bit. I don't know. It was an odd situation. I never just heard. He was just all of a sudden he's like, I can't accelerate. I was like, I'm sorry, what? It's like, what do you mean you know you just push the gas, you go? And he's like, nah, fam, can't do that.
I'm trying. Yeah, I've had the same thing, but with the brakes, where like I have to push really hard to brake.
Okay. I was gonna say, I feel like that'd be much scarier if you can't brake.
Yeah, like I would push, and then it would kind of like bounce a bit under my foot.
Was it snowy?
It might have been. I don't remember. That might be what it was.
There's I forgot the thing that's
but it was like something definitely gave out. It wasn't just like a one-time thing.
Well, no, because I'm saying there's brakes where, or it's like in the winter. So what happens is if you just stop your car tires, you can just skid. So it'll rapidly stop and let off. So that way it'll stop and then slowly move, stop, slowly move. Okay. So that way you don't slide across the ice or even snow or water, whatever it is. Because my dad said you used to have to do it manually. You used to have to spam your foot on so that your car wouldn't slide. But now it's just an automatic thing where you pull on the brake, and that's why you'll feel vibrating.
Yeah, I have felt that. Okay. I don't think that's what I'm talking about, but that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's a thing. Car Facts with Austin. That's probably the only one you'll get ever.
And it's the only one you'll get this episode because the episode's over.
I'm just saying I don't know things about cars.
Yeah. Well, hopefully everyone who's listening is driving safe, because I imagine a lot of the people who listen to these probably just listen to them. I know Tom listens to them in the car, I think.
Does he?
I think so.
Tom's a car behind you. It's a horn.
Good one. Let's end on that zinger. Wow. Jesus. All right, that was a good episode. We had a lot more to talk about cars than I thought we would.
Any final words?
That we're two people who don't give a shit about cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have any last things to say?
Any last words?
USA's in the final of the World Cup.
Fortnite World Cup. When is the Fortnite World Cup?
That's not what I'm saying. The Women's World Cup.
I know, but when is the Fortnite World Cup?
Hold on.
Is that soon?
July,
or is that already happened?
26th to 28th.
So it's already happened. Wow, wasn't the ending of the...
right. Yeah, wasn't
that crazy that person won? Did you see that last fight?
Did you see that play with the thing happening?
Where there were a number of people alive and then there weren't?
And then there was one?
And then there was only a single person alive?
Crazy
stuff. Good stuff. I love when the casters said that one funny thing. Courage and monster and such.
Does that say, did you check the bathroom?
Okay. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.